Servant leaders are those who receive and give servant solutions.
You can't have servants without first serving someone. It's the law of equal exchange. Give and then receive. Receive and then give.
To be someone who leads by example.
You are a leader of somebody that has a great character of servantship.
Trying to share with them, they want to see you need to show it in action.
Just to be putting your leaders first.
I think from the inception of man has needed to receive leaders to guide him in finding solutions for his own life.
I don't know its origins.
Jesus Christ. He was the one that was the first servant leader, and he is our prime example to live and gain towards being like every day.
Jesus was a prime example, and with his leadership with his disciples.
From Jesus' leadership,
A servant that started at the bottom and realized that it needs to be done that way.
servant. A lot of people want the results of leadership, but they're not willing to become a servant. And you've got to be willing to give.
I like to go to the gym and work out, and I find when it comes to training guys and working out with other people, it's all a mental game. It's about pushing your limits. It's about working out for the right reasons and the right mindset.
They learn by watching more than listening, and what they remember from years to come. You set the core bases at 3 and 4 that can enhance or be a hindrance to their lives forever.
Well, I'm still learning. I try to learn. Where I'm at now with my boss, I come in, even though I've got more experience than he has probably. But he's been at it a long time, and I come in a new shop, and though I've done all kinds of things in the meat business and leadership and all types of stuff, when I have any doubt, or even if I something different, even though I might do it one way, I go and ask him what he wants and how he would do it.
There are 10 unique characteristics that make a servant leader. Servant leaders communicate by listening first. Listening is a learning discipline that involves hearing and being receptive to what others have to say. Servant leaders acknowledge the viewpoint of followers and validate their perspectives. Empathy. Empathetic servant leaders demonstrate that they truly understand what the followers are thinking and feeling by standing in their shoes. When a servant leader shows empathy, it validates the followers' feelings and makes them feel unique. Healing. Servant leaders care about the personal well-being of the followers. They support their followers by helping them overcome personal problems. Awareness. Awareness is a quality within a servant leader that makes them feel acutely attuned and receptive to their physical, social, and political environments. It includes understanding oneself and the impact it has on others. Persuasion. Persuasion is clear and persistent communication that creates change through the use of gentle, non-judgmental arguments. Conceptualization. Conceptualization goes beyond the day-to-day operational thinking to focus on the big picture. It equips a servant leader to respond to complex organizational problems in creative ways. Foresight. Foresight is the ability to predict what is coming based on what is occurring in the present and on what has happened in the past. Stewardship. Stewardship is about taking responsibility for the leadership role entrusted to the leader, accepting responsibility to carefully manage the people and organization they have been given to lead. Commitment to the growth of people. Servant leader commitment can take on many forms, including providing followers with opportunities with career development, helping them develop new work skills, training a personal interest in their ideas, and involving them in decision-making. Building community. Servant leaders build community to provide a place where people can feel safe and connected with others, but are still allowed to express their own individuality.
Actually feel fulfillment. They feel meaning and purpose. Their lives are more complete.
Getting to see the results of your hard work through other people.
That you learn and that you're willing to participate in whatever the act is, and that you would possibly also benefit by knowing what it is you're asking others to do.
Magnify a leadership and have people that look up to you.
The effect you have on people, how their lives can change if you do it right.
Pulling people together and pulling people along instead of pushing people to do something.
Your employees, they really respect you.
Person who becomes selfish and thinks of themselves, even though they have tremendous ability.
Amount of pressure and stress and hardships that one person has to go through to lead other people.
There's the risk with your employees, that's for sure. And if it's something very hazardous, then as it is also an asset, but you're also going to be in danger if it is something like a miner's position or battlefield officer leading from the front.
You become prideful, and that becomes your fall.
But you can be an encouragement, a light to them. If you're not doing it properly, then you're misleading people.
It takes the selfishness out. It takes us out of the equation. It's no longer an I.
I have to be an example of what I want others to produce. And then, secondly, I've got to find ways to train and produce those same qualities in the people that I hire, the people that become my employees, the people that become the leaders in the establishment I'm working with.
About taking the sacrifices that no one else with the company is willing to take. You got to also keep in mind, this. If you are the boss of a company, you're the leader of a company, then you put more care, thought, stress in that company than the people that work for you.
Plan, and you need to explain it to your staff. Start with your management, maybe, and then you would go about orientating the task of what we're trying to do and communicate that to them.
By example, you're going to have followers follow you verbally, but if you show them like Jesus did, he was a great teacher. He was the greatest teacher.
I would share positive things with them to try to guide them and help them see what could be done in their life, because every seminar or everything, because we should learn from everybody and everything.
That you're teaching others to be leaders by example, and that example has to be Christ, or it has to be some person in history that has shown us the way how to do that.
Being a servant and being a leader at the same time. Thinking about other people's needs over yours as manager.
What is your purpose in life? How will you make a difference? As a student? As a business owner? As a leader? Where can you create positive change and help to foster an exceptional culture? These are tough questions. Imagine you can create a learning environment that fosters personal satisfaction and growth for yourself and those who surround you. Turns out you can. Do you want to know how? It's called serving leadership, a style that turns the management pyramid upside down, where the leader is at the bottom to help unleash the energy, excitement, and talents of the team. Serving leaders act with great purpose, encouraging a reason why so big it requires everyone's best effort. Like Festival Foods, who highlight serving leadership as a core value. These leaders raise the bar of expectation and blaze the trail for positive performance. They build on strengths, strategically selecting each person on the team to contribute what they're best at. Like the U.S. Army. Tomorrow's leaders are today's youth. We offer a number of services to educate our youth about the principles of serving leadership. And there are plenty of ways we can help business leaders serve and grow so that you'll be able to pay it forward and lead a purpose-driven life. And so you can answer those tough questions with confidence. What will you leave as your legacy?
My parents were the leaders that I grew up knowing, and this was true in church as well as people that I work with.
A good example would be my father. He started his own business.
Be the pastor of our church, Brother Dykes, as he serves people, and he's also a leader to that community.
And as a female, she was my prime example of this because she was the most high in our family of being the follower of the leader of our family and always lifting him up, which was, of course, my dad.
Because of what I see her do in her life and in her, even in her Bible study time and things that she does and the way she prepares things. You learn from that.
Servant leadership, what it is and why it makes sense. Servant leadership is a tried and tested leadership approach that's about creating a shift from managing for results to designing environments that create results. Robert Greenleaf coined the phrase servant leadership in the 1970s. It's a form of leadership that replaces self-interest with service to others. Servant leadership is about influence rather than power and control, focusing on others' strengths rather than weaknesses, listening rather than giving orders, and long-range benefits rather than short-term profits. Servant leaders demonstrate a range of 9 key attributes. The good news is that all of these can be developed. Listening, self-awareness, foresight, empathy, persuasion, stewardship, healing, conceptualization, and building a sense of community. Servant leadership is about transformation and future focus. And adopting its leadership principles complements agile ways of working really well. The nature of work in the workplace has changed drastically. Our leaders need to change too. In order to continue to maximize delivery and customer value, our leaders need to demonstrate an ability to adapt. According to the Economist Intelligence Unit, the top 3 emergent leadership requirements are ability to motivate, ability to work well across cultures and geographical boundaries, and ability to facilitate change. An effective servant leader would demonstrate these by role modeling collaboration, accountability, and demonstrating innovation, emphasizing the importance of embracing and applying new knowledge at an individual and team level, and encouraging novel approaches and ideas. New demands are being made of leaders at all levels. The world's leading lean and agile thinkers together articulate 8 core competencies that they believe will differentiate leaders of the future. And these are innovation, strategic, excitement, tactical, communication, production, consensual, and delegation. So, in summary, servant leadership is an attractive, effective, and proven approach that should be the choice for those interested in transformation at an individual and organizational level.